Do you think that like vampires would try to get into
An orgy?
like one of those like mirror houses to like try and escape from people?
I think they do good in a mirror house.
A mirror house.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a reflection, right?
So then it just kind of equals itself out. Like it's,
Yeah, you
it's a
just walk
non-issue now.
around. Yeah, you're not gonna like. It's just mirrors now.
It's just like walking into a window house. Like
Yeah, basically.
no reflection.
Oh yeah, you don't want to throw.
But they would
stones.
still be there. They would still be
If
there.
you're in a glass house, you don't throw stones. That's where it comes from. Vampire in a mirror maze.
I don't think that's where it comes from.
We are developing the origin story of idioms here.
No, I think we're developing the origin story of you're an idiot, Nick.
We
Okay.
are rewriting history.
I'm
We can do
just
both.
saying-
We can do
as we know
both.
it.
We could do both.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Okay.
if you teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a day. You teach a fish to man, that man is Michael Bay.
How long did it take you to
man.
come up with that?
I don't know, like
In
a minute.
Okay. In terms of seconds, how long?
Yeah, like, God, that one came and gone in 60 seconds. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Quick and Slow Comedy Show. I'm your host, Nick McQuik. Joining us in the studio, as always, our amazing scientific mind of sound and music, Tom Brent.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing pretty good. So you remember a few podcasts ago how you said you'd get me a headlining spot?
Yeah.
I've been working on of some impressions.
Oh, no, you got an impression?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Bill Hicks.
Okay.
Bill Hicks, do you want to hear it?
Yep, I do.
Hey, I'm yelling. Everybody thinks I'm funny. Ha, ha,
Okay, can you close out next Tuesday?
ha. Absolutely.
Perfect. That'll be great.
Okay.
And sticking around from the last episode, the famous drug guru himself, Miklos Blackshaw.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Little bit lower than the average person. Yourself?
Lower than I was for the first podcast.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's okay. You can get back up there. We'll get some elevator music to get high to. Is that how it
Sweet.
works?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And joining us on the podcast, it has been a hot minute. You haven't been on this thing for like 18 months now?
More than that. It's got to be
19 months.
No,
I've
I'm thinking
never
2.5
done a
years.
podcast for you, so
Maybe 3 years, bro.
it's been at least a
Man, I've
year.
been doing this podcast for a fucking long time.
Yeah.
No, it's
like-
been at least 2 years.
Yeah.
You guys really take a while to process a resume. Like, it's ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matt Mellon, who...
Thanks for having me, Nick.
By the way, historically...
Is this still called the same thing? Yeah, quick and slow.
Quick and
right?
Slow
Okay,
Comedy
yeah.
Show,
So
It's
it's
called
my
the same
second
thing.
time.
Yeah, we haven't
technically.
rebranded.
Oh, good.
Yeah, your second time. But historically, you and me, the first weekend I ever got at the comic strip, you and me co-featured.
Yes, with
Yeah.
Matt Sadler.
Matt Sadler, who I just did a week in Calgary at the Comedy Cave with Matt Sadler.
Oh, nice. How's he doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, that
He
guy's a
doesn't-
good
He
dude.
doesn't look like he's aged. He's so friendly.
So
nice.
friendly, super.
Yeah.
Like, you know he's old, but he doesn't look old.
Yeah, and he's so young at heart, and he's just high energy, really positive guy. I really like him.
Does he still do that same closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I
Oh,
like that
fuck.
closer.
That is awesome. I highly recommend if Matt Sadler's coming.
The
to your
good
town,
thing
go
about
see him.
Matt Sadler, I was dating a girl when we were co-featuring.
Yeah.
And she lives with her grandmother.
Mhm.
And so she's like, "Oh, we want to come see you do comedy." And any other time, I'd be like, maybe not. Maybe let's wait for a cleaner show for your 90-year-old grandmother.
Yeah.
But and she's pretty conservative herself, so I know her grandma's going to be the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And then just watching Matt Sadler, I'm like, yeah, you can come see him. Like he appeals to everybody. There's no one. There's no demographic that he's going to offend in any way.
Not at all. He
Yeah,
is
that was awesome.
Squeaky clean, awesome dude, really fun to be around. But yeah, since then, you've gone on to do comedy all over the place. In fact, you just returned from a comedy festival.
Yeah, the 17th annual Funny Fest.
How many of those have you done now?
It's got to be 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
would
Not
imagine.
consecutively either.
No, I've done 3 consecutively. I think I missed a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably 5 then. Yeah, 5. And Stu Hughes is crazy as always.
Yep, an insane man.
Have you done a Funny Fest?
No, I have not. I have heard all of the horror stories from comedians about them, and I've heard a
but-
couple good stories, but most of them are pretty crazy.
The guys that come back for more are just, they just love the punishment, but they love the craziness of what Funny Fest brings. Like, it's you never know what's going to happen with Stu.
It is
If he's
very-
going to lose his mind, if he's going to yell at the crowd, if he's going to get in a fight with someone, ruin the whole show,
Oh yeah.
which he runs.
I don't think that he's gotten in a fight with somebody for a few years.
No, I've seen him come really close. Paul Custer and him went.
Yeah.
They were about to throw blows. But
Have you ever done Funny Fest?
I have not.
No? Oh, you should get in on it. It's fun.
He sent me a Facebook message one year.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. I'm going back next weekend. So I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like 2 shows a night, basically. And then I came back today. Then I'm going to go back do Friday, Saturday, Sunday to close it out.
Nice.
This year he's got Chris Fairbanks coming. So
Really?
Yep.
Sweet.
Pretty big name.
Yeah.
Lang Parker was there from LA. She showed up last night.
Damn. Yeah.
The usual suspects: Chris Gordon, Chris Griffin.
Yeah. Killers.
Killers.
Beast.
Paul Custer. I met Chris Gaskin for the first time. I like him. He's a cool little guy from Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
We did a show in Canmore, which was to 11 veterans at the Legion Hall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
Sounds
was,
fun.
Wait. What were they veterans of?
Dogs. Oh, no, it's veterinarians.
Fancy hats.
Dog doctors. They were operating on a dog.
They were
Had a big
performing
Saint Bernard on the table. They were cutting open.
performing hamster surgery. I was just there to
A
ease the mood.
hamsterectomy. Oh, man.
Oh yeah,
They call them hysterectomies.
Well, I mean, the suffragettes. Hey, I'm Nick. Women's rights. It's a long story. It's before your time. Bras were being burned, and that's how medical history works.
We used to treat women a lot worse back in the day.
We still treat them pretty bad.
Well, I'm just saying it used to be worse.
No, they used to burn their bras, but they were tied to a stake because they were
Yeah.
witches.
Yeah.
Like they were still wearing the bras, which was the hardest.
They were really flammable. Really flammable.
Are we sponsored by? Are we sponsored by Victoria's Secret or? What's,
Salem
Or-
bra burnings.
No.
that's all it was. That's where it started. That's
It's
where
all
they got
part
the
of
idea.
American history.
Like we're gonna burn our bras, but take them off first. Not like last time.
I don't think we're sponsored by Victoria's Secret, but I think that this is Victoria's Secret because they're never going to tell
Yeah.
anybody about this.
Don't tell them. Rewriting history.
Yeah.
One podcast at a time.
Rewriting her story.
Ooh, that's
But
nice.
speaking of the women's thing, I just saw Wonder Woman a little while ago.
yeah?
It's a very good
They
movie.
let
I
you
really
in the
liked it.
theater to watch it?
You heard about that theater that they have in Texas, where
That
it's
was
a
one theater, by the way.
Yeah, but it's a women's only showing thing. Which I mean, here's my thought on it. It's not a smart business move, but whatever. It's
What,
your
to do
business.
it one time in one theater? Like, they literally shut down all of IMAX in all of North America for Star Wars for a month.
Yeah.
So I think they can do it in one theater for
Yeah.
one showing, one
But
time for one movie.
I mean, I'm looking at a purely business thing. You go like, we'll only take money from these people. So from a business standpoint, it's not the smartest thing. But you do whatever, and I understand like there has been a lot of fucking shady history, and then a lot people are calling him bomb threats and talking about like going to like just ruin the night and everything. And I'm like, women haven't like even been able to vote for 100 years yet. Just give them this one night. Like it's not a smart move, but holy crap, are people ever losing
it's
their
one
mind?
night
But
in one theater.
It could have been a smart move. I mean, marketing tie-ins with like Pinkberry and shit.
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret.
Burn your bra at the door.
Yeah.
Get a free frozen yogurt.
Burn your bra, free admission.
Yeah, but then the whole thing is everybody was freaking out and like just losing their goddamn mind. I'm like, yeah, fuck, let them do it.
People,
Whatever.
Yeah,
people
it
lose
makes
their
no sense.
goddamn mind over everything.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
everyone's searching for something to get mad about.
Yeah, I guess that's
ridiculous.
what happens in like, well, because we don't have like a big war with a draft going on right now or anything. So everybody's trying to find something to be pissed off about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because I had a joke that I did, and I guess for context, I kind of have to just summarize it about how Caitlyn Jenner is making stereotypes better because there's a stereotype of women drivers, but Bruce Jenner killed a person driving and Caitlyn Jenner hasn't. So
Yeah.
that's basically the summarization of it. And I had somebody come up to me after a show and say, like, I can't tell that story without, like, fully going into the details of, like, how... and I was like, no, it's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm on stage to be funny, not to be right.
Yeah.
Stage to be funny, not to be right.
Yeah. There's no
People
fact checking.
Yeah, people laughed at it. Mission accomplished. I'm like, I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
That's actually sorry to hijack. I think that's a really good point. Like how many comedians go up and they don't even tell stories about themselves. They just say things that are funny to get laughed. You're not up there to be right.
No,
Yeah.
you're not running for office. This isn't your platform. You're
Yeah.
just
No.
trying to make an audience. That
Apparently, that
doesn't
doesn't
know
even
you.
matter.
Yeah. Well, some
So-
of the times you can come away with a joke that has a message that maybe somebody can learn something about. You can walk away like delivering some information in a certain way.
And sometimes you just talk about how much
Yeah.
you like cheese and it's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is nobody's paying to see like a comedy lecture about something.
Unless you're Bill Hicks.
Yeah, they're paying to like make us go tell things to make them forget about how much they hate their life, or just to give them an escape for a moment. So we're not there to change the world. We're just there to make it a little bit easier to live in.
I'll say this: if someone wants to pay me to write jokes about serious things, I will just contact me. Do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But until someone says they're gonna pay me to do it, fuck off. I'm gonna write what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, for sure. Like, why would you joke about something that wasn't funny to you? Like,
Yeah.
like
Well,
we're
then
not
that-
experts in anything.
And the whole thing is they have these shows where it's like you can't talk about this, or you can't. They have like a restriction on it at a comedy show. And the whole thing that I think is you should be able to do what you want on stage. If it's not funny, you'll know. And if you keep doing that bit and it's not funny, eventually you're going to stop doing that bit.
In theory, unless you're a fucking moron and the world's not ready for my comedy.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, like,
That's what I tell myself every day.
yeah, they're not ready for you to talk about Axe deodorant. Because I mean, that's the thing. Like my comedy, I talk about like 7-Eleven and hot dogs and stuff. Like, what am I gonna change with the world there? Like, they're
Hopefully
yummy.
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Do you guys realize that 7-Eleven is probably one of the world's oldest vegan restaurants?
Really?
There's no way any of that's meat.
But it was definitely made with animal cruelty.
Oh,
So it can't be vegan.
Yeah, they were making tofu dogs while punching a horse.
Yeah. You'll never get in this. You're not good enough to get in this. Ah!
Cruelty included tofu.
Cruelty required.
Yeah.
big
For vegans that just don't want to be preachy.
Like a tofu bat.
Like a donair spindle, just tofu. You just carve it up.
Oh,
No.
man.
You use it to like beat things with, and then you sell it.
I thought you meant like
This beat 3 cows
That's
on
what-
this farm today.
That's what the girls use to beat their effeminate boyfriends. The tofu bat.
the
You've been bad.
Bam, bam, bam! Now cook this, sir.
Have you ever had tofu where they make it look like a chicken like leg or something, and they're like, "Look, it tastes like it and it looks like." I'm like, "But it's not it. Stop it. You made your choice. Stop doing that."
I've had those fake chicken nuggets that aren't real chicken.
What is a nugget? That's
Yeah,
like
it's a
just-
nugget of
That's
I don't know.
That's a shapeless form of something.
I had the vegan wings at
the boots taste the
Buckingham,
best.
Yeah.
and they, after eating them, it just reminded me of eating like noodles with like chicken powder, like
Yeah.
chicken noodles. That's what it. That's what it with like
the
teriyaki sauce on it.
That's the taste of college poverty.
Yeah, and I was like, these are expensive. They've made a way to get noodles
Have you
and
ever
charge them
have
more.
you ever eaten the noodles where you break them in half and eat them dry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to like
Oh,
crush them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what? Snort them?
Well,
To a
no.
line of chicken.
Oh, I can't wait to get all these noodles in me.
No, you open up the bag and you take out the salty shit and you shake it in there and you close up the bag and you go and then you eat it like little mini.
Yeah, like
it's great.
popcorn, sort of.
Yeah.
Full of MSG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I'm so tall.
that stuff. I always ate it, but it felt like my gums were gonna start bleeding from eating it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
you
a
need to
little
work on your
dry. It's
chewing
like
technique.
as dry as you can get.
And you just push it in your face. And you just mush it right through your teeth.
Oh, I just figured out why your gums hurt.
Yeah. Because I feed myself
That's
a
how
hammer.
you. That's how you eat.
You're eating wrong, man.
Yeah. I have the utensil of a hammer and a drill.
The dentist finds a ramen noodle from like 1985. They don't
Oh.
even make this flavor anymore.
That's a fine vintage. This is a good year.
I've broken off chunks
That's
of
before they put on that wax
soldiers.
coating.
Carnupa wax, a delicious thing.
Have you ever had a teeth whitening?
No.
No. You?
No.
Anyone in the room? No.
No.
My girlfriend's all over. She's bugging me every day. She's like, I want to get my teeth whitened. I want to get my teeth
Can't you
whitened.
just buy stuff to put in, like you put in
Like
your mouth?
teeth
like
whitening
strips?
toothpaste.
She wants like she wants the actual dentist to do it. Like I
The
guess
Julia
it's got-
Roberts.
Yeah, that's.
Pretty woman.
I don't see the benefit of it, like personally. Like I don't look at a girl and be like, "Oh, her teeth are so white."
Yeah, that's how you like
That's
judge
so
horses.
attractive.
Huh? That's how you judge horses.
Some
You look at their
dogs.
teeth,
Open up their gums.
and you're like, yeah, this is a good horse. But like,
He'll make a good
could
wife.
you imagine you're like speed dating, and you like sit at a table with a woman. You're like, open them up, let me see the teeth.
Smile real big.
Oh my
I
God.
like a girl who smiles.
So
Hit it with a black light. Okay.
oh the black light, that's dirty. But what
I would be hoping that there was
what I
this one.
A Santa beard.
Where
A
were
Santa
you?
Beard.
God. What I remember of dating though, that would actually that would break the ice like fucking mad. You'd be neck deep in it.
Well, you remember that old show on MTV? They used to do that.
What,
it was
the
a
butthead?
No, it was a show. It was like a blind date show where there'd be either one guy or three girls, and then the girls would go into the guy's bedroom with a black light. And like they haven't met the guy, but they want to figure out if they want to date him. So
They go through the room
they
and
go
they're
through
like,
the
oh
room.
yeah, he's got a guitar. I'd
yeah,
really
he's
like
pretty
this
cool.
guy.
He's got a skateboard. I like skateboarding. Maybe I'll date this guy.
This is like blind date meets ghost hunters.
It was a great show because then they'd break out the black light and it'd be like light up like a Christmas tree. It's like, oh
Ew,
god.
this guy's so alone. What a loser.
They would check out his laptop. They'd like black light the laptop.
Jeez.
I would hate for them to do my walls.
Come on walls.
Why not?
Jeez, what are you putting up wallpaper one sheet at a time?
Just trying to clean up some stains, man.
Oh.
It's just getting worse every time.
Respackle the ceiling.
I remember back in the day when I wasn't just, as a kid, you're just a savage to yourself. You don't know what you're doing, so you're just like, what can I jerk off into? And it's like, a tube sock or something. And that was how it was back then.
Best trick
Oh, yeah.
was a Ziploc bag and lotion in between the mattresses. Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow.
I got that one from the internet.
That is way too much prep time.
Wow.
That's like there are these DIY sex toy things where like people take like sponges and put them together and like make their own fleshlights, and I'm like, what the? Who has the time for just jerk off?
With his Ziploc bag thing, I saw something on the internet where some guy was taking like dime bags and filling them with cum and then letting them dry out and then dropping them in clubs.
Oh
So-
What do you do on the internet, man?
I do a lot of weird things.
Arrowwid and fucking
Yeah, go check out his
cum
vlog.
dime bags.
His vlog, Cum Droppers.
I go to some pretty weird places on the internet. I look at a lot of interesting stuff. I can open up my pictures folder and I'll show you. I'll go with like 10 pictures in. Be like, that's enough.
I'm good.
Wow, I just like.
Only 2 bans from Facebook though.
Oh,
so
perfect. There you go.
I keep Facebook pretty clean.
2 bands?
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could get banned.
yeah, for inappropriate material. My cover photo twice.
So what's a
Same
ban?
fucking cover
So
photo.
that's just like a 24-hour ban, right?
It increases by a day every time.
Oh.
So
Oh wow.
the next one I get will be 72 hours.
What'd you get banned for? What was your photo?
It was an 8-bit thing. See if I can find it.
Well, like, just explain. Was
oh,
it a
Yeah,
dick
this
or an
this is
octopus?
not. I mean, I guess it
We
kind
have
of
a
is
camera,
a visual
but
podcast,
nobody
but
knows how to find the video feed. for this.
Okay, so
It's
it's like an 8-bit cartoon, and it's got a bunch of characters coming off one of the side, and there's a bunch of like cartoon dicks, like 8-bit dicks, and there's like a giant chick with some like weird phalluses coming out of her, and they're like looks like it's like a weird fight scene, but like in like
dicks.
really bright colors.
Okay.
This
And,
doesn't sound bannable at all.
it's 'cause it's got a lot of penises and boobs and vaginas.
yeah,
and
well, I mean, like, if
and
it only had like 2 or 3
2 or 3.
penises.
Yeah. Facebook has a
Maybe.
penis maximum.
Yeah, exactly. You
I
can't
found
go
that
over
up the
that.
hard way.
And
Snap. Hard way.
It's not just quality, like quantity of penis. It's also quality. Like,
Yeah, it
you
was
just have
8-bit.
One really good penis.
It wasn't.
That's
Was
the same.
definitely
as, like,
was
6
not in
really
4K.
bad
Is what I'm
penises.
trying to say.
Speaking of penises, you ever wonder? You know Goru from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ever wonder which
Arms.
arm he jerks off with?
Oh man.
I would say bottom left, but
It would have to be one of the bottom ones because you don't want your upper arm to buy. Like it wouldn't make sense.
Well, what if he was like
You're
into some
blocking
weird
yourself
shit
out.
and he used the other one to go behind?
doing the stranger? He could do a triple stranger.
Triple string. You could pull his own hair.
He could have
Well, I was
3
thinking
people
he could like
essentially
finger his
jerking
own butt.
How do you
and
know
then
that
jerk
Goro
off
even
the
has
same
a
side.
dick?
because he
Goro-
got punched in the dick by
Yeah.
what's going on?
Oh
Johnny
yeah,
Cage.
that's right. He got the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he at least
Everybody
has balls.
remembers that classic piece of cinema. I've seen that movie 4 times. I've never seen The Godfather.
It's one of the best
I don't know what
adaptations.
is wrong with me.
It's one of the greatest adaptation video game to cinema.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in
Way-
incognito because I want to see.
Way
I want to see
better.
if there's any Mortal Kombat Rule 34.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
is.
there's
I
totally-
guarantee there is. I probably have
What's
like,
Rule 34?
If it exists,
this
there's
is a-
pornography of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Rule.
there has to.
That's a cool rule.
That's a cool
It's
rule.
real, that's the 34th rule of
I
the
don't
internet.
usually like the rules, but that
Yeah,
one
you
seems
read
pretty
the
cool.
34th rule of the internet? You haven't read all the internet
No.
rules? Which
No.
one is the one if there's a guy, there's a girl? What's that one? I can't remember.
Oh.
The gender bender rule.
Gender bender.
One of the rules of the internet where it's like if
Oh, I
there's
don't
a
remember the
character-
number.
If there's a character that's a guy, there'll be a girl version somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember that one, but yeah, there is a.
Oh,
ton
there's a Lady Goro.
of,
Lady Goro.
yeah.
Oh, this is
man.
Oh, this is bad. This is all
Oh,
bad.
yes.
No, that's not too bad.
Yep. There's a lot of Mortal Kombat points.
I would.
The
I
weird
was kind of hoping for.
You want him instead of get over here, you want him come over here?
Yeah, with like a female chick, and she's like, come over here.
Oh wow,
With, like,
Sub-Zero could like snowball you.
Get over here. I made you a sandwich.
Oh, here we go.
There's a lot. I wonder, does Goro just have one dick though?
We're about
He
to
could
find
have
out.
multiple dicks.
He could have multiple dicks.
We're about to find out. Ready? Ready? It's loading. It's
I haven't seen a website load like this. It's so long.
Goro's cum face is disturbing.
I don't think that's his cum face.
No,
yet.
that's just his fuck face.
Okay, I just want to point out that he's having sex with a woman who is naked except for a tactical vest.
This is Johnny
Dog tags.
Cage
Cage's
and
daughter. Johnny
Sonya
Cage's-
Blade's daughter.
Yeah, Cassie, I think. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's his
Oh,
dick.
okay. Yeah, Goro just
This
has one
only
dick.
one.
Reptilian. Nice.
He's a reptilian dick. He doesn't appear to have any
Scaled.
testicles.
Oh,
Thank
but
you.
look
No,
at
no,
that.
there are.
Oh, they're tight.
They're tight though.
They're tight.
See, he's got
He's
one
about-
hand on the
no,
tit
he
and
is-
one hand on the knee, and yeah, no, this
Couple
guy.
hands out of frame.
He's a bit of a romantic. You can tell.
Yeah, well, look
One
at
on
that.
a tit, one
look
on
at
a
that
knee.
face, man.
He looks like Tong Po from
Okay, so how was
Kickboxer.
the second time you got banned from Facebook?
Oh, it was the same photo. I tried to put it back up.
You're like, oh, you got me once. Eh?
I like changed the file name and shit. Like an hour later, it was
smart.
like, you are banned from Facebook.
If you get kicked out of the club, you're like, I'll just go right back in the front door. You're like, I'm not even changing
Well,
the
it was
approach.
like 2 months later. I
You
had
didn't mirror it like 180 degrees or
No,
anything?
no. different size. Change the file name.
Wow.
Apparently,
That's funny.
apparently they're using like a reverse image search every time you put something up now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like I've watched people like it'll like pop up like, hey, someone posted this picture, but it'll be all like grayed out.
Yeah.
And then like no one will ever acknowledge it. My friend's like, I got banned again. It's like someone reported me. I was like, man, I watched that come up. There's no way someone reported you that fast.
Yeah, I've never.
It's algorithms.
Yeah, I've never been banned from Facebook.
Skynet banned you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a joke about automation in the
I
future.
do. It's scary.
It really is.
Oh, is this the setup for my joke?
No.
I thought we were doing like panel.
your
It's like,
joke
oh,
now. Yeah, and go. No.
it's like the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Jay Leno will throw you a lob and you'll go into some material.
I don't know. It is kind of strange. It's weird. I like the thing that blew my mind was the hand blower things. Yeah, hand blowing things because that like
That made the black people in the bathrooms obsolete.
yeah, exactly.
I thought those were out before black people in bathrooms.
Well,
so
I don't know. Those have been around a
No,
while.
they got to dispense gum first.
and
Those are
spray
like,
with cologne.
I don't go to bars.
I hope nobody listens to this episode.
What are they like? What is that? Are they like a bathroom caddy? The people that like live in a bathroom
Oh.
and give you gum and cologne?
The reason that they hire these people
Oh,
Wait,
hey,
wait,
Jamie
wait,
Noel.
wait.
is,
Wait,
is
James,
to
let me
keep
turn
people
you up
from
here.
doing drugs in the bathroom.
Okay, I was like, is it drugs or to make sure people aren't pissing all over their fucking hands and then going out and touching bitches in the bar?
Nobody cares about
Get
that.
him
I know. I feel like, no, of course nobody cares about
They're
that.
not paid by Health Canada.
Yeah, just as a quick callback, it's like we treat women
Because I
better,
know
but
they're
not that
watching
much
for
better.
something.
Yeah, bar hygiene isn't the number one priority of a club.
God. That's
Like, what if there's like an outbreak of fucking
pea hands.
tuberculosis?
Peahens.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's not like they don't have a second
Worldwide.
job, but their main job is to be like, no,
Worldwide
don't do
pisdemic.
drugs.
The only advantage of that is I get to try new gums. because they always have gums that I have not
They have
bought.
old school like chiclets and shit.
Yeah, they've got like
where do you
stuff-
even find chiclets anymore?
Oh, barbershops.
Stock up on Halloween.
Internet.
Old people's houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Right
I'm
beside the
eating
Scotch
black-
mints.
I'm eating black licorice, and I had hard candy before I came here. Okay, I'm very old.
Is it your cheat day?
Yeah, my cheat day.
Day. Some
Always
licorice.
podcast on cheat day. You're still going to the gym? Still working out?
Not so much. I got to get back. I was, and then I got lazy, and I got to get back.
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there you
Going
go.
back tomorrow.
Diet and gym starts tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah, my Good Life and
Plug,
plug for Good Life.
Because you used to be a Snap dude.
I was, and then I switched just because the Good Life is new, has
And
more stuff.
Big, it's massive.
Yeah, and when you're a new member, you kind of get a deal. So
And also, you've got like that nice underground parking lot.
yeah, it's pretty sweet down there.
It is.
Yeah, it's
a
warm,
very good facility.
heated underground. It's a huge gym too. Like,
Yeah.
locker rooms are good.
And it's 24-hour gym. You have a bit about that, don't you?
I do.
I do like that one. That's a pretty good one.
Actually, we were talking about you before you got here. Nicholas was saying that some of your Facebook posts are like his
The
favorite
comments,
things.
man.
The comments when you get into other people's
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, I think very hard before I post on Facebook. I want it to be as impactful as I can. I don't like just posting. I want it to be one thing and then done. One and done for me.
Yeah, one and done.
Yeah.
Just shut down whatever people are ranting.
Yeah,
about.
this week was a good week. Facebook wise with the whole
The nigga news.
oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, nigga news.
I can hear a story coming on here.
There was when I started comedy, there was a 16-year-old who had he was doing comedy before me, but he was very casually into it. His name is Jordy Keto, and big shout out to Jordy. He was actually very nice and friendly to me when I started out in comedy. He likes to really push the envelope, and there's another comedian, a young comedian who is kind of stopped doing comedy recently, named Rizwan, who also has very similar comedic standpoints, and they've teamed up together to do a little web skit, I guess we can call it. So Matt, you obviously have a fish in this dogfight.
I don't that whole thing like with Jordy at the open mic kind of thing. It was an odd post to put on all the comedian pages throughout Canada.
Yep.
Or 4 of them anyway, the
Yep.
major ones. And it just didn't make a lot of sense. Like the whole backstory is he was at an open mic and he tells it like, "Oh yeah, I'm nervous and my first time here and all kinds of things." And he's talking to a girl that he just meets. "Hey, I made a new friend." And that girl goes on before him. He gets his chance to go up and he starts making fun. Says she has National Geographic ankles, which offends this girl. It's a skinny joke apparently. And this girl was very her set was about being very self-conscious and anxiety and stuff.
Yeah.
So the crowd turns on him. The comedy community in the room turned on him, banned him from the room apparently. And he posted on Facebook, he posted as a victim in a way.
Yeah.
So he chose the victim role in that. So he spun that story as, "Oh, I didn't know. All the other guys were saying all this mean stuff, and I just thought I'd go up. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said it, but..."
And I believe the name of that post was "How to Get Banned from a Comedy Room" or something. Or no, not all comedy rooms are safe spaces or something like that.
It was something about, for those of you that don't think safe spaces.
Yeah, something along those. It was horrible. The grammatical. Ugh.
Everything about that whole thing was just horrible.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And it blew up. Like Facebook blew up.
yeah,
The comedian pages anyway, and it was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, what is this? A joke? And he posted it as like a news article.
Yeah.
And then like the resource or the news source is nigga news.
which is his.
Which is him. So he's just posting, just reinforcing his own thing with his own thing.
It's been his comedy blog, and for me, the sort of thing that is strange is that it's his comedy blog. Miklos, you've been doing comedies for 6 years. Have you ever met Jordy Keto?
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, you've been doing comedy longer than me. How many times have you bumped into him?
I've actually bumped into him maybe 5 times in 7.5 years.
I think I'm about the same.
So he's out pretty rare.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he's not a
he
guy
runs
that,
a comedy blog and like yeah.
but he's definitely not new. Like,
no, he's been doing it longer than me.
yeah, probably me too then.
Yeah.
So to play the role as, hey, I didn't know, or dude, you've been like maybe almost 10 years in,
Yeah, he's almost
doing
10
mics
years
for 10
into
years.
comedy.
and you don't know not to just attack another comedian that was on that you don't know.
Yeah.
Especially the not knowing.
Like that's kind of an unwritten rule. You don't rip into the guy that is also on stage. It's kind of a camaraderie thing.
Yeah.
You rip into the crowd for sure if they're being dicks or you got a heckler.
Yeah, like if somebody's hosting, I'll like say like if you're hosting, I'll like, hey, give it up for Matt Mellon. That guy's got the baggiest shins in comedy. It's something stupid.
Yeah.
And then
some
I'll just
little
boom, and then I
harmless
go into
ribbing.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that makes
But I wouldn't
no
make
sense.
fun of somebody.
Yeah.
I know Nick's sensitive about his hips. I'm gonna make a joke about his hips.
Hey, give it up for Ginger Hips over there.
Well, it's
Give it up for old mom ass over
Yeah,
there.
we got Archie in the face, Moose in the hips.
Yeah, it's just not done. You don't do it.
Yeah.
And someone 10 years in the game should know at least that
Yeah,
part.
but like I've always, like I said when I was talking about it, he's always kind of pushed the envelope.
Oh, yeah.
He always really has. He's always gone for like shock, and he'll come out and he'll do comedy a few times, and it won't be well received, and he'll disappear. And then he'll like, I talked to him a year later when he pops up again. He's like, "Yeah, I was trying to get into the rap game, and that didn't work." And then a year later, he's like, "I'm trying to get into acting." And I'm
I
just
think just to make a quick distinction here, I think there's a big difference between pushing the envelope and just shoving your thumb in an ass.
yeah.
Yeah. And
And some people just don't. They're like, nobody's ready for my shit. Like I'm just trying to push the envelope. No, you're just trying to just put your finger in their asshole.
I'd like to point out the TSA does both of those.
I would like to say probably all of us here have accidentally thumbed an asshole instead of pushed an envelope.
Oh yeah, my first few times on stage, yeah, I wanted a reaction. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like a baby snake using too much venom.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like a month, maybe 2. And I kind of figured out that this wasn't working, so change it up.
It's because you're not socially retarded.
But
Yeah.
what I was reminded of when I read the Facebook thing was I remember Dave Husserow had a thing at Rouge with Jordy.
Yeah.
Because Jordy went up and ripped into the comic before him
Yeah.
and made fun of him. And the guy was a newer guy, if I remember
Yep.
right. And then Husserow just sat him down. He's like, look, we don't do this. And he kind of went pretty hard. And he felt bad after. He's like, you might, he told me, he's like, you might hear about it. I kind of went in pretty hard on that Jordy guy and blah, blah. You know, but I don't like seeing comedians attack other comedians. Like, we're in this together, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it reminded me of. So it's kind of like his MO in a way.
Yeah. He was a theater nerd and an improv kid and everything, and he's just tried so hard to be everything, and he hasn't put any concentrated effort into being one thing. So I don't think that, even though he's been in comedy for a long time, he hasn't been like dedicated to it for a long time. So he's just been comedy adjacent for like so long that he's like, I just get on stage and I talk until a light comes on. And it's like, it's kind of it. Like, yeah, a carpenter just swings a hammer, but then a house isn't there. Like, there's a couple steps you're missing in between.
That's actually quite an apt metaphor.
Yeah, you could just go out in the field, and swing a hammer for 5 minutes, and you're like, fuck, maybe they made something. Who knows? Yeah.
It's all of my carpentry skills.
All of your carpentry skills. Yeah, I'm real good at IKEA. They've got the instructions with no words, where it's these formless beings.
It's weird. And they got arrows and smiley faces and thumbs ups.
And sometimes
They've
they
really
have
done it
fingers,
well.
Sometimes
I gotta
they don't.
say, kudos to IKEA on their instructions.
Yeah, they have broke all language barriers because there is no need for like any words. You get these formless blobs.
That was a cost saving measure that they brought in. They're like, we're not writing 9 languages. You know how much that's going to cost us?
You know what everybody can read? Fucking pictures.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's modern hieroglyphics. That and emojis are modern hieroglyphics. The weird thing is, I was a carpenter. Like, I was a journeyman carpenter back in the day. I swung hammer for a long time.
I noticed from the gate I walked through a gate that was missing 50% of the boards.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to build a boat, and I needed extra boards.
It was more a painless window than it was a gate.
That's a gate frame.
A gate frame, exactly.
Gate frame.
I was like, yep, Nick's a carpenter.
Yeah. Like,
kidding.
I carpentered for many years, and the thing is, IKEA has been like some of the hardest stuff. Like I can read blueprints and build walls and everything, but then I look at like IKEA, like they've got simple stuff like a table, it's 4 legs and a table, that's real easy. But when you build like one of their like big wardrobe things, and it's like you have to build it a certain way, otherwise it can't hold its own weight. And I'm like, if we just made this out of better wood, it would be so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are the worst. I'm so glad I'm not in a stable relationship anymore, so I don't have to put any of that
You don't
together.
have to have a wardrobe. You just have a clean pile and a dirty pile.
The thing with
that too.
IKEA, you can only put it together. You can't take it apart because it would never work
I
again.
tried that. I tried
tried
a
it
while
too.
ago to try to take one apart to move.
Yeah.
No, I like got about an hour in and just smashed
Just
it all
smash
with a
it.
hammer
Yep.
and threw
That's
it out a window.
all you
I'm
do.
like,
It's
yep, there we
smashable
go.
furniture.
Yeah.
One-time use.
Yeah, it's one of those
Lights
things.
on fire real good.
Don't better yourself and move because that stuff.
If you signed a 2-year lease, then you can buy something nice from IKEA. That's the prerequisite because you're like, I'm committed to living here for 2 years. I might as well have a wardrobe.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just going month to month,
Oh,
fuck it.
don't even
No.
bother. No.
No, not at all. Just
No.
get a bar that you like run from
Just
one wall to
inflatable
the other.
couches and everything.
Inflatable. That was big in the 90s. I remember
See-through
only-
phones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lip phones.
Remember the football phone?
Shoe
The
phone.
football
Sports Illustrated and the
Yeah.
football phone. Yeah.
I also remember the stripper boots that had goldfish in them.
Oh yeah, the pimp.
Oh man,
Pimps
those
used to
are
have those
fucking
pimp boots, too.
sweet.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you do that?
How do you feed your
Yeah,
fish?
Exactly.
You gotta like do the
Live on
splits. And, like,
something now.
Okay, if there's one thing from the 90s that you could bring back forever, it never goes away, what would you do? What would you bring back?
I'm not sure if this is from the 90s or not, but lawn darts.
Ooh, they were around early 90s before they got kind of nerfed.
lawn darts were cool. Yeah.
Lawn darts is, this is fucking badass.
Lawn darts are
I
terrifying.
would bring those back in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of really cool stuff back then.
I'd bring back the thongs that stick out over the jeans.
I thought you were going to say the Thong Cisco song.
That was from the early 2000s.
Oh, thong.
Maybe Pogs.
Pogs.
Pogs need to come back.
Yeah, reboot.
When were?
Reboot
Oh yeah,
Pog.
the TV show Reboot was really good too.
Fuck
Dude,
yeah.
Fanny packs, when fanny packs were cool.
Oh,
Like there was a
man.
time when a fanny pack was
Late
looked
80s,
at
early 90s. That was
pretty
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
man. It's like, oh, look at
Yeah.
your fanny
I'm
pack,
sporting
nice.
cargo shorts, which I think is the evolution of a fanny pack.
It is, yeah, but
Yeah.
the fanny
I thought
pack's
they
still
were like
so
the
handy.
evolution of carpenter's jeans.
Kind of. Carpenter jeans, like there's no hammer belt on
Yeah.
cargo shorts though. That's where you really miss out.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because all those carpenter pants, man, hanging a hammer off
Yeah.
your leg, it's great.
Well, vegans can buy them. They can put their tofu bat.
Yeah, tofu bat in there.
Hashtag callback.
Call back.
Oh.
Boom.
Cruelty included.
There's another square on the podcast
I-
bingo
I
right
wanna
there.
Say I miss.
Are we
like,
playing callback bingo?
Callback bingo, podcast bingo. I miss the like the and this sounds really weird. The classic like boy bands. Like
NSYNC.
Like the
old
Beatles.
NSYNC and Backstreet
Well, you had a whole
Boys,
list
One
of them.
Direction.
There wasn't just,
Marky Mark.
yeah,
like,
you had
Fuck One
Funky Bunch.
Direction.
there was Canadian versions
No,
too, like
I won't do that.
Before
Four,
four, yeah.
yeah.
or 98 Degrees.
98
What was that?
Degrees.
01?
O-Town.
O-Town.
There was so many like boy bands. And they were just like cookie cutter
And then there
kind of
was-
things. And it was a song you could go like, this guy will sing for a bit, and then another person will get it, and then another person, and then like they all had to sing on the same
Oh,
song.
yeah.
But they all sound the same. Nothing like
Yeah,
when
you don't
Boys
have-
II Men did it.
Either that or shout out raps. Like there was what was it? The one of, I think Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's second album. He had like 5 shout out tracks. He had one for his bodyguard, who wasn't even a real person.
Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack,
First out the
of
limo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had,
exactly.
I had He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, man. That was a great
Yeah,
album.
That was a great fucking album. So,
Nightmare
yeah,
on My Street.
Nightmare on My
Oh
Street.
my God.
Oh, which I mean, he lost all his money from that
Yeah.
because he was sampling.
That was a
Um,
great,
Yeah, but
great
like,
album.
a lot of bands like or rap groups back in the day would always have like shout outs to certain people. Like Wu-Tang Clan just had the song Method Man, where it was just Method Man rapping. Like that was like just him going and explaining himself. And it was really I miss that because now like a song is different. A song isn't
Doesn't
like it's
Pitbull like shout out to himself? Like,
he
all
just
the
says
time?
Miami all the time. He just keeps talking about
Mr.
Miami.
International.
Yeah, Mr. International. Yeah.
Worldwide.
It doesn't count though. It doesn't count if you're yelling about yourself the whole time.
I don't even like Pitbull, but I know.
Yeah, everybody does. The whole thing is like he's just talking about himself the whole time. Like back in the day, like you would have
That's
rap
braggadocious.
groups.
Yeah, like rap was all braggadocious.
Yeah, but you would have like them bragging about other people, which was phenomenal. It was great. Like, was it 3 MCs and 1 DJ?
Yeah.
They were rapping about Mixmaster Mike the whole song. It's Beastie Boys. Sorry, I'm talking classic rap. I'm a nerd. But yeah, I miss that from the 90s, like the way music used to work back then.
Yeah.
Because you had all the boy bands and like the Spice Girls and everything all worked the same. And it was formulaic, so you kind of could you could tune a guitar to it, and then you'd have rap songs on an album would not be like what they used to be. Like old DMX albums, he had the the
DMX
cat,
so
the
good.
dog in the fog or whatever. I can't remember, but him about rapping. He had a 3-part rap on 3 different albums about him making a deal with the devil to get like where he is in rap, and it was so good. It told a story and everything, and he was not the hero in it at all. It's very interesting, and nowadays you do not get that.
No, you don't.
What about R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet? Because
Yeah.
there's like however many parts of that.
Oh, there is. It goes on. It's it's like an Eric B. Rakim song. The beat goes on. That just will not stop. That just seems to be like a sort of he's crazy and just won't stop talking about this sort of thing.
No, for sure. I think to what you're saying, I think the trends come and go, and the trends of like concepts and this and that, like it was a little bit bigger in the 90s than it is now.
Yeah, but you like you're in
My
you're in
the
music
album
world.
my album that we just recorded, it's like I reused so many lyrics throughout that people are gonna think it's a concept album, but I was just lazy.
But like the whole thing is you can listen to a song now and you know when the hook comes. You know how like each verse, like you can understand the formula of how it works.
That's because a bean counter is
Yeah.
the one that's selling it, not a person that like listens to real music.
And that's how music has become. And back in the day,
On the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Argue that it's on the radio.
but back in the day, like the bean counter was in charge of like the boy band sort of stuff. The like studios built these bands, but then you had like the small independent rap and like you had very big classic rock sort of stuff coming through, and they all were so different in how music came. And now like
Chance,
country music,
Kendrick.
yeah, country music is like pop, and pop music is like pop, and like they all kind of have this formula they follow now, and it seems like they're all running through the same filter.
They've actually done a bunch of studies that pop music is getting less and less diverse over time, specifically because it's the same as movies these days, where it's like they're only approving sequels and reboots because, oh yeah, we made a bunch of money on that, do it. They own the infrastructure of selling the music. That's gross, Nick. Nobody can see that right now, but they need
Would
to
you
know
just
that it's
tell the
gross.
story?
Anyways, so what happens is they own all of the infrastructure, so the only way to buy music is through them. And so what's been happening is because people aren't buying music through them, they're taking less chances on stuff that's a little different because, if we take a chance on it, if we like try to make a Big Mac but with chicken or something like that, nobody's going to, like if they try to take a chance on it and it flops, then they've still spent the same amount of money that they were spending in the 90s to make like a tenth of the amount of money. Take a chance on me.
We're here with comedian Matt Mellon, and he's
Hey.
taking a break off of the Funny Fest, going around touring doing the Funny Fest comedy.
Yeah,
So-
I only do the weekend spots.
We were talking about
I don't get out of bed for
you don't
less
get out of bed for less than $300.
and a beer
Yeah,
ticket.
$300 a beer, and he's gotta give you a coupon for McDonald's because when he promises to get your food, that's what you get.
And a parking spot with a plug-in.
Well, that's
You can
funny
sleep in
because
your car.
Funny Fest, they put us up at hotels, of course.
really?
Yeah, and we had our own room, which was awesome. I didn't have to bunk with anyone,
Wow.
which is great. But then I was leaving this morning, checking out of the hotel. I was like, wow, this went pretty smooth. The Ramada, downtown Calgary, nice hotel. Everything, free drinks and everything was good. And then I go to check out, and the lady's like, yeah, you owe $16 for parking. And I was like, really? That's not covered under the Funny Fest? They're like, no.
No, they thought you.
I'm like,
walked-
oh, Stu,
they
you
thought
got me.
Walk to Calgary.
Just when I thought you were a good dude. You,
I knew there was a catch.
you stabbed me in the back.
Park in like the suburbs. Take
No,
the train
I parked
in.
underground thinking, they're like, yeah, just pull in our underground parking. I'm like, sweet. Valet takes the car when you're down there, parks it for you. I'm like, nice. But then I didn't expect to pay for it when I left.
I love the yucks on the road stuff. Like so far, they always put me in like you go to a hotel and they always put you in like the good rooms. Like you're never in like the normal rooms. They always put you in a very nice place. They take care of you. It pays more than like a lot of the other on the road work. They're really good that way. And it's kind of weird that I'm now getting in more and more with Yucks on the road right as Yucks is negotiating the sale of Yuck Yucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, this could be unfortunate. It's one of those things I always say you can never just sign with a company and be like, now they'll look after me and get lazy. You always have to like, I wake up and send a lot of emails.
Yeah, maybe in
the
the 60s, if you were a baby boomer, you could have done that.
Yeah. But I mean, then you grow up, you get a new spine, and now it doesn't work that way. You got to send emails constantly and just beg for work. There is so much of that in this, and it's weird because I know I've had some people say that they're like envious of my success, I'd say, or envious of like the amount of work I get. And it's like, I treat it like a job. I wake up and I contact so many people going like, hey, can I please do this? Hey, can I please do that? I would like to be on. And I just have to claw for every goddamn gig I get because there are a lot of people out there doing that. And I think people are just like, oh man, he's doing that. I want it. It's like, well then fucking do it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to get out there and like the best quote I ever heard. It wasn't meant specifically toward the comedy industry. It was just success in general.
Yeah.
It was like you can measure success by the amount of uncomfortable conversations you're willing to have.
Yeah.
When you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you grow. That's when you meet. That's when you.
The best growth comes from
Yeah, and if you
comfort
just be lazy and be like, oh, I'll see what happens. Maybe something will come my way. No, it's not gonna. You really got to get out of your comfort zone if you want to.
Because so many people are like, oh, I don't want to ask that because what if they say no? It's
Exactly.
like you have to understand that a lot of people are going to say no.
They're going to say no.
Or
yeah.
a lot of people are
just
gonna
accept
ignore
the
you.
fact that no is coming.
Yeah.
And then
Once-
go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because yes will come after a bunch of no's.
Yeah.
A yes will come.
Well, that's the thing in boxing too. Is it's like you're not gonna. The taste of victory comes after a lot of defeat.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, like Sterling's bit where he's like, you weren't there when I was shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone wants to celebrate your successes, but they don't understand how many times you're in the gym,
Yeah.
just fucking tossing up.
Yeah. Tossing 3-pointers to get there. It's,
Yeah.
That's the illusion of talent. When people are like, "Oh man, you're so talented," and you just always have to think like, "No, I've just spent like 3 million hours at this."
Well, that's the
But
thing.
The
Hard
17-year overnight
work.
success.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, which I love that because that's like my thing that I have is work ethic, and I'll just work fucking hard. I record all my sets, I write them all down, I transcribe them, I put in like I just basically was like, how can I work at this to be better? What can I do to be better? Where can I hustle? Where can I work? Because way too many people just get on stage, they tell a joke, and then they're like, I didn't like that joke, or it didn't get and then they just forget it, and they're like, they didn't record, they didn't listen to like the subtleties, they didn't try it in different audiences in different rooms. There's so much, and then the thing too with comedy, because comedy never wins like an Oscar or anything, because the illusion of comedy is you have to make it look easy for it to hit. So when you're on stage telling a joke, you have to make it look like, hey, look, I'm just being spontaneous and doing this. And it's like, it's the 500th time you've said it. It's like Red Hot Chili Peppers playing the same song over and over again. You have to stay interested in your own material and keep it fresh to you and make it look spontaneous and interesting so that people are like, wow, look at how effortlessly funny he is.
Yeah. And then they think they can do it too.
Yeah.
That's
Because we're not on stage with
They
a guitar.
come up to you and they like tell you jokes like, "Oh, you should use this one." Like,
put this in your little skit.
Oh, yeah. I've had so many people walk up after
one
shows
time
saying,
I think I used someone and stuff, and it was like Alex Ford. I did a
Yeah.
set about my favorite animal penises.
I would hope
I like
human.
it already.
No,
That's the
no,
list.
wasn't even in my top 5.
that would just be the best way to come out to your parents.
Are you a Fort McFurry? Like, is that
No,
what's happening?
It was about this guy I used to live with, or friends with a guy I used to live with. He would talk about how awesome his penis was, and I was like, "Your penis isn't that impressive. Not in the animal kingdom."
Doesn't even have barbs.
I was just trying to use some logic. It's not that impressive. Other animals can do way more cool shit with their penis. than
Oh,
we
yeah.
can.
Have you seen the Alien movie?
The new one?
Any of them? You know what the
I-
alien looks like?
Yeah.
What do you think their dick would look like?
They don't have
The face hugger is the dick.
The face hugger is the dick, so it's just not attached.
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
Because I just see the mouth opens and the little mouth shoots out, and I'm like, that would be a nifty feature.
Fairly sure they're all one.
Yeah, it's a hive mind.
Yeah,
It'd
just be a nifty feature to have like something just whoop, pop out the end, a little extend a penis.
What would you do with that feature, Nick?
Go gadget dick.
Oh, you just wait till you're.
If you were really into gagging, you could just be like, you know,
I'm not having sex.
surprise.
I'm not having sex with people's mouths. I'm a gentleman. Okay.
I don't believe that sentence made sense.
on which level?
Read this one
Should we make a list?
What if he put on a nice suit and did it?
Yeah, I wear a suit.
Wear a top hat and a monocle?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Put your dick through the little dick hole of your underwear. Leave all your clothes on.
It's like the poor man's, even though you're dressed fancy, poor man's glory hole.
Poor man's glory hole in an Armani suit.
Normally, I just use a bathroom stall.
What is the logic behind a glory hole? Because like, I mean, I understand wanting to like make it come out, but like, there's always a risk of the unknown when you're going into.
That's the draw.
That's
the void.
Draw?
That's the draw. Yeah.
You're like, ooh, wow.
It
my
could be
penis-
anybody.
Yeah,
Get
my
sucking on a
penis is
dick.
the Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
Off into the unknown.
Yeah.
Nick.
And I mean, you could also never find out. You'd be like, well,
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
know. You just
You
leave.
could lose
it's,
it.
It's the slot machine of cocksucking. Like
Yeah.
you're just really.
You're like, man, I just want to get my dick sucked. I don't really care who does it.
Yeah.
Glory hole.
So the show we played on Friday.
Here comes.
I like where this
Here
is
comes
going.
a glory hole story.
No,
Build your own smoke machine.
Speaking of VLTs, there was a guy there that won like his rent for the month on one of the VLTs. He was flipping the fuck out, and then he's like going around like, "Oh, I'll buy you guys beers." Like just he was ready to just spend it immediately, even though you could tell like the look of just like pure relief on his face when he won was like, "Yes, I finally made a child support payment. Let's spend it on beer right now."
That's a man with no safety net.
Yeah.
He's all out of EI trying to make rent.
When I used to live in McMurray, the Fort McMurray, I tried not. A lot of times I tried not to have a site job. I took them when I needed them, but I would go out on like a Tuesday or Wednesday and just get smashed on like $20.
Yeah.
Friends of mine were like, how do you do this? It's like, I just go play pool with lonely old men.
Coming back to glory
like,
holes.
It all comes back.
They were like, what? And I was like, come out with me sometime. So we go out on like a Tuesday. We would like buy a pint, start playing a couple games of pool, and sure enough, some old guy would be like, "Can you mind if I cut in and play some pool with you guys?" Like, yeah, no problem. Play like 2 games of pool with this guy. Then he'd be like buying pitchers of beer, like all the time, because they get like 2 days off. They don't get to see anyone. They're like, I just want to interact with someone. You're like, barely had to suck any dick this time. It was good.
It's weird. Like I've done it before, where you're sitting around and some old guy walks up to talk to you in a bar, and you're like, "Ah, why not? He's lonely or something." But there's always sort of like this fucking Bob Dylan dark energy about them, where they're like, "Everything's left me." I'm just like, I'll hang out, and I'm like, "So, how you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, the world is crumbling." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you belong in a bar."
Yeah. Sometimes you get the crazy young guys that come, and they're like, I'm going to buy everyone 2 fucking Jaeger bombs. And they're like, there are 10 of us here playing pool. Like, I don't care. Like, everyone's getting smashed on a Tuesday.
Yeah. So that's your whole idea, is just wait in the bar.
Yeah.
You just wait in the bar until somebody buys you.
I got pretty eyes. That'll
You got
happen.
You got pretty eyes. You got a lot of mystery behind that beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't blacklight it or nothing.
Yeah, you don't want to bring a blacklight with you.
I'd say 50% of the times I've been stabbed has been at a bar, though. So
50%?
roughly half.
So what's the other half? Because we should
The other
avoid
half
those
is, like,
places too.
house parties.
Oh, okay.
So just don't drink around Nick.
Or I
Or-
will get stabbed. You'll be fine.
It seems like 100% of the time it's you getting stabbed.
Yeah.
though.
Every time it's
100% of the time that Nick has gotten stabbed, Nick's gotten stabbed.
That's
But
some-
100%, I think 100% of the time Nick's gotten stabbed. Nick's been the only person to get stabbed. It's not like a stab part.
It's like a,
not like,
it's
oh,
like
this
a
time it was
worldwide
Nick.
halt on stabbing. Once
It's
Nick
not
gets
like a
stabbed.
stab
Whoa,
orgy,
whoa,
like we're all
whoa.
like, okay, so I'll stab you and he stabs me, and like there's no such thing as stab orgies. There's
The
stab,
stab-
gangbangs
Yeah.
where Nick is the bottom.
Well, yeah, it's. the
Are you
stab
wait?
out.
Are you a stab power bottom, or
Yeah,
are you
'cause
just
I'm
a
not,
stab
they're not
regular
lubing
bottom?
the knife up.
So-
I'm a power bottom.
Okay.
So we were talking about the crazy things I see on the internet.
Oh God, no!
There's another callback.
What weird fetish do you have?
This is I have lots of them. But
Oh, great.
This was like some of the websites I go to. There's no order to them. There's just weird shit you see. And one of these things came up as a video. It was called Brazilian Minecraft, and it was like the first person view of like a bunch of guys like stabbing someone. And I was like,
Oh,
that looks a lot like Minecraft.
Wow! No.
Like
Oh
totally
my God.
desensitized to shit on the internet.
It's weird because
the Hammer Brothers. You
there's
guys
so
remember
much-
the Hammer Brothers?
from Super Mario.
No, from the so these guys, they basically like were getting drunk and getting dudes out in the forest and just hammering them to death and posting it up on YouTube, and the cops couldn't figure out what was going, and they were just posting them on YouTube the whole fucking time. It was crazy. Anyway,
Cool.
yeah.
It's in porn. There are so many terms, and like some of them are used in like filmmaking. Like POV is a porn term, but it's also a filmmaking term for like people that
Because
don't
they
know
do-
point of view.
Porn on film.
Yeah, but point of view would be the so. And then there's a lot, and there's a few that are completely different. Like a DP is a director of photography. And some
What's the other meaning of a DP?
DP is a double penetration.
Oh.
And then there was one that I didn't know. I had it explained to me a little while ago. Is BBW, which is big black women. So I was like,
I
okay.
thought it was big beautiful women.
I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
beautiful
because
too.
I've seen some BBWs that were white, or at least
Yeah,
they-
because there's BBBW, and I think that's beautiful black big women. Or
Okay.
Big beautiful black women.
yeah.
Oh yeah, let's get in the right order.
Oh, sorry.
Let's be
Did
sensitive.
that offend someone?
Yeah, let's be sensitive.
You said the bees the wrong way.
Do you guys know about
Misogynist.
mermaids?
Is that
It's
like
a
the
term-
tail?
The term. It's the term I found out recently.
Oh, what's it mean?
It's a chick in a wheelchair.
We just called.
I had a-
Whoa! To be fair, I found it on Tinder, and it was chicks using it, and like,
I had
the
a-
first
I had an
couple
old
times
joke
I didn't
about that.
realize what it was. And the third one was like really bad in a wheelchair, and I was
are
like,
you-
wait
are
a
you-
second.
Are you just setting
What
up Matt Mellon
Tinder
for
are
one of
you
his jokes
on?
now?
Huh?
Yeah, no, I had
What
a,
Tinder am I on?
I had a
I
joke.
don't know. It's who I'm matching with. I don't know. Sometimes I get drunk and make it rain.
Yeah. You just do all your right swipes that day.
Yeah.
I had a joke. I didn't know that was like the term that it used, but like I had an old joke where I was like, I've always wanted to fuck a mermaid, but the closest I ever got was a paraplegic chick in a hot tub.
Yeah, that's it's pretty. It took me like the third chick on Tinder that I
I'd be like,
matched
there was
with
like
that,
palm trees around the hot
that
tub,
had
so
it
it's
in their
kind of like under
profile.
the
I was
sea.
like, the fuck is this?
I just wonder if
Did
that's
you get
like,
crabs?
Where under the sea.
There's a little lobster popped up.
Sebastian the crab.
Yeah, we did it at Red Lobster, so it set the scene. It was nice.
You can lie and say it's your birthday, and they still give you the chest, and you get to pick a toy at Red Lobster.
Nice. Fuck, I should have did that when I was there.
They
last
don't
time.
even fucking ID you or nothing.
No, you just line up with the other 5-year-olds, right?
Exactly. It's a very fancy restaurant, guys.
I was there on Tuesday. I didn't know this would have been awesome information to have had.
Yeah.
Also, that food is not that good.
It's not good. No.
They
Other than
have-
those cheesy fucking scones, man.
They have an unlimited
pretty
crab
much.
thing they do every year, and I just go because I'm like I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can't
eat
lose.
all the crab. Like I mean, if you eat like 6 plates of crab, you get your $25 worth, and then everything beyond that, you're just winning.
Free crab, yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
That's how I feel with ponzu mussels at Zen.
What did you just start speaking Spanish? Ponzu mussels then.
Ponzu mussels
Speaking
at
in
Zen.
tongues. He's
At
possessed.
Zen, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Ponzu mussels at Zen.
What's a ponzu mussel?
It's like
It's like an oyster.
it's like a.
Well, I know what a mussel is, but like,
It's just
why
like
is it?
it's in a ponzu
He hasn't,
sauce.
he hasn't been in the
Oh,
gym a while.
ponzu's a sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was like a area.
Whenever I go, I get like 20 of them. People are like, "Oh, you gonna share those?" I'm like, "I guess."
I guess I have to now.
And then at the end, when everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so full, I can't have any more," I'm like, 20 more ponzu mussels. Like, how are you eating that? Like, they're just delicious. I don't know how.
That's
Is that a-
those are
is
the
that a-
Japanese cows,
Oh, okay. I was
They like
wondering if that's
massage
like
those
a
ones.
BBW
Yeah.
thing or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
and they
Just-
don't let them move, and they like soak them in.
I
fucking
just picture little
tequila.
elephants
be honest,
at
I
Asian
would-
rub and tugs just get
I would
massaged.
rather have that that kind of hippo and that kind
no,
of.
have you had python? Have you had python?
No, I've had other snake though.
Is this another glory hole callback?
Yeah, I figured maybe you had python. I don't
Did
know.
you eat the one that bit your back? Or?
Yeah. The two-headed snake.
The
that got
two-headed
rid of
one?
it.
I pulled him off and I fucking ate him.
I had to
Fuck
eat them.
that
That's
guy.
how you get the antidote. For the listener at home, pythons are not poisonous. Okay, we all know that. They're delicious.
Your jokes have to make sense. Though.
I don't know if you've ever seen a YouTube comment, but if you make a mistake, they will let
Oh,
you
they're
know.
all over you.
But yeah, python is delicious.
Yeah, I've never had it.
It's really good.
I've had alligator. I've had frog legs.
Okay.
Frog
tried-
legs was good.
Frog legs not bad. It has like a weird.
It's more about the sauce.
The texture of it's probably the grossest part. It doesn't taste bad.
It's
It tastes alright.
pretty stringy.
Yeah, and it has a fishy kind of taste
Yeah.
that you can't really get away from. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not bad. I've tried. I've tried some crazy stuff.
Right.
I've had balut.
What the fuck is a balut?
Bologna flute? Just a big
Back to
bologna.
the glory hole.
You drill a couple holes in it, and you get to play it and eat it.
That's going to be the
Shaky
episode of this podcast. Back to the glory hole.
Back to the glory hole with the bologna flute.
Bologna flute.
So you had a bologna flute.
I don't have time to say bologna flute. I just
Balut.
condensed it to balut.
Yeah, YOLO.
So all the cool kids are doing, right?
Portmanteau.
No, balut is a boarded duck embryo. It's a yeah. It's
Okay,
a Filipino. Aborted.
Aborted.
What-
I think you said boarded.
Like pirates?
Yeah. Is it full of pirates?
Walk the plank, you duck.
Cooked on like a cedar plank.
Board.
Duck embryo and
This
a
is
board.
Maple Ridge. Yum. No, because in the Philippines, balut's like a delicacy. And so when I met my girlfriend, like we weren't even dating. Like I was just meeting her, and she had like 3 balutes in her fridge. And she's like, "I'm gonna have one. Do you want to try?" And I was like, "I guess." Like I'm like, "I'll try anything once." And I didn't know what to expect. So it's a hard boiled.
Yeah.
You crack the shell, and instead of the white of the egg, it's brown and it's full of veins. So that's the first thing you see is just brown and veiny. And then once you dig into it, you start to see the head of the duck and the little beak.
If this is edited the wrong way, it sounds like you're describing something coming through a glory hole. Brown and veiny, and you see
It's
the
brown
head.
and veiny, and then you see the
Dig
head.
a little bit.
And it has a beak, and you're wondering, why does this guy's dick have a beak?
It has a beak.
It's
Dick beak.
You open it up and you.
It's called a
tear off-
foreskin.
No, there's a beak because it's a baby duck that's stopped growing, right? You boiled it mid, like, I don't know, second
fucking
trimester or whatever the fuck it is.
That's
Okay.
fucking savage.
I want to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
this. Can you just do a quick Google? I want to know how many calories this
Oh,
is.
no, it's terrible for you.
It's got a beak.
There's
You
people-
don't eat things
there's-
with a beak.
There's people in the
Maybe you
Philippines that
don't.
die because they eat too many in a row.
How do you spell it? B
BALUT.
A L U T.
So it's so high in sodium, people have eaten 4 of them and died. You shouldn't eat more than one in one sitting.
Jeez.
88 calories.
Oh, that's not too bad.
But
14.
there's
Okay,
something in it
I'm
that
gonna
is
go
dangerous.
right into it.
Okay. So a balut, an aborted. How do you make a duck get an abortion?
Well, it's like they just.
Well, it
kinda-
lays
Because
the
it's
egg.
growing. Yeah.
It lays the egg, and then the egg has to be fertilized.
Before
No. You
you
would,
fertilize the egg and then you lay it.
Yeah.
and then you would like abandon it and not give it conditions to keep growing.
Yeah.
So like you would not keep it warm. You would
Oh.
not have a duck sit on it
Okay,
for the
it's just
entire
a
time.
neglected egg then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that's
aborted.
Aborted.
Essentially
Yeah.
aborted.
It's the same difference.
Okay.
It's like a
According-
kid that you don't
Yeah, like a neglected kid, and then he
just
yeah.
let him
Well,
watch
the-
TV the whole time.
Yeah.
In all fairness, the duck wasn't ready to have kids.
Yeah,
So,
understandable.
It was
He had
young
just
and wanted to
graduated
chase
college,
his
Wanted
comedy
to
dream.
wanted to
So
do
much
duck
student
cocaine
debt.
and
Yeah.
party all night.
wanted to travel the world and
like
understand himself.
I'm starting to get gigs with yucks. I can't have a can't have a kid right now.
Although balut might not sound appealing if you haven't grown up with it, it does make a nutritious snack high in protein and calcium. A serving of balut contains 188 calories, including 14 grams each of protein and fat,
Boom.
2 milligrams of iron, and 116 milligrams of calcium.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, does it say anything about the dangers of eating too many? Because I know that's a thing.
Balut overdose. Okay, so hold on. We're not even like on the surface here. What are some of the weird stuff you've had?
Well, that would qualify as the weirdest for sure.
Because we did 3.
Whoa, the hidden and adorable dangers of Balut.
Okay, that's weird.
Adorable.
Adorable. You
Is that website called First We Feast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay? Adorable. Okay. Well, hold on. He'll read that. We'll get back to it. 3 episodes ago, we had on Ethan Sir, and we found a website, the Bay Area Bug Eater Association,
Yep.
Babes, and
Babes.
what it is they have all the nutritional.
Didn't we talk about Balut with Ethan Sir too?
I don't
Or
think
was that
so.
somebody else?
That was somebody else. But
'Kay.
we talked about all the nutrition and like all the different bugs and how like calorie dense crickets are. Because 100 grams of crickets is like 500 grams of calories, which is pretty impressive. And like spiders are basically protein and healthy fat, and that's it. And you have to remove the fangs before you eat them. There's like a big warning on it. But yeah, there's a website that is dedicated to all the nutritional information of bugs.
I can see
great,
that.
man.
They're pretty high
Well,
in
you-
protein and stuff.
I mean, you eat 8 spiders when you sleep every year, right?
That's what they
Add that into
say,
your
but
calories.
Isn't that a lifetime?
I don't know. I'm a very, very like open mouth sleeper, so I eat a lot.
I'm gonna say,
I think
man,
it's-
I could just go eat 8 spiders. That's
I think
fine.
it's an old
Yeah.
wives' tale. Anyways, spiders like it where it's cold and dry.
Yeah, I got a cold, dry mouth. Good old dry mouth, strong back, dry mouth.
Are you terrible in glory holes, or are you?
Yeah, I don't do well in glory holes. I got fired on my first shift.
You get a 1-star review on Yelp. That glory hole is terrible.
Yeah, glory holes. is
We're like,
horrible.
Nick, your dick has a beak.
I
We
came
can
in at
Man.
It's
I
not gonna
wonder,
work
like,
out.
If you worked in a glory hole, which is like, I'm kind of going out on a limb here saying like there's a union and working and everything. For your coffee break.
If you pulled a slip at the Glory Hole Union Hall,
For your coffee break, do you just turn around and like take it in the butt for 15 minutes
someone's-
later?
I think someone else comes in.
someone sticks their cock through, you put a little sign on their cock that says "Back in 5."
Back in 5, stay hard.
Stay. Be right back.
It's
Yeah,
it's
sure
actually
that-
pretty funny because
You can't
when
suck
I
a
was
dick
working,
and drink coffee.
no, it'd be
No?
too hot. When I was working at Staples, a guy
God.
came in to photocopy.
BMW guy.
Yeah. He photocopied his ad for truck stop blowjobs. Like the guy paid for a BMW with
His mouth.
Fort McMurray blowjobs.
Whoa.
Man.
So you guys are all in the wrong line of work.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
we all use our
I
mouth
have
to make money.
Yeah, I should be selling BMWs, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
guys.
I should get a job at Staples.
Fort BMW salesman. That's
Yeah, I gotta go to Staples.
I could
Need
start
photocopy
charging for
this.
blowjobs on the way to McMurray.
Oh my god. Okay, so what is so dangerous about a balut? Or have you gotten there yet?
I honestly can't read this shit. It's all fucking.
It's all Greek to you.
It's all fucked up.
Okay.
So it's like, bought in the Philippines. Let's
It's
go
a
to
Filipino thing.
well, it's an underground market because you're not really supposed to do it here.
here. No.
But it's all under the table, but they get it.
If
No
you
problem.
buy your own duck, you do what you want to it.
No. Well, they don't.
I need a juvenile duck.
I need a young, ripe duck, please.
Oh my god.
Prime for laying.
It needs to be fertile.
If you see, here's a quote: if you see balut at a market in the U.S., usually they can't hatch since they're cooked. For eggs to hatch, they must be incubated. It's been a rough week for everyone. And then there's like this article.
Bad webpage. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Remember Total Recall where there was that Guado guy and he was in
Yeah,
the chest? He was like
way
a
off
little
the
baby.
chest.
That's what balut looks like when you crack the egg. It's like this little baby duck, just like
Like a belly
open your
psychic?
mind.
So would it be like if you were to like had like crack a chick like an
Open
egg
your
and then like a
mind,
chicken
Queen.
fetus comes out? Is that kind of similar?
Eat it. It's got more protein.
A
Well,
chicken fetus is
it-
literally like an egg. Like
Yeah, there wouldn't be
Yeah,
any
but at
shape.
what point? I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
the
know what-
chicken's choice, okay, is what I'm saying. I am pro chicken choice.
What I'm saying is there have been stories I've heard of people like cracking open an egg and then like a chicken was like partially formed inside of it.
Yeah.
I've seen like where you crack it open and you sploosh out the egg jiggies,
Yeah.
and there's blood in it. I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's usually the beginning of.
The beginning of life.
Yeah. Oh, Jurassic Park.
Life finds a way.
We're joined on the Quick and Slow Comedy Show with Jeff Goldblum.
And if you have,
life
if you have Jurassic Park on
finds a way.
your bingo sheet, you just got
There
that
you go.
square.
Jeff
Hey
Goldblum.
guys, bad news for all balut eaters.
They're pregnant.
Wendy and I have been exchanging our views over the publicized hospital arrest of the
Wendy from Whoville?
Yeah.
Wendy who?
Wendy has.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh God, that is what they look like.
Mine didn't look that bad.
Jeez.
Mine was
That
still.
looks so good.
It was more veiny
Fuck,
than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't quite as developed as ours.
The
So-
demerits
so-
of balut.
I'm just gonna stick to like murdering children and eating them. That's disgusting.
Oh, and chicken feet. Have you ever had chicken feet?
I have had chicken feet.
They're
they're
actually
actually
grosser than balut to me.
contest once.
Chicken feet, because there's nails. The nails of the chicken feet is the most disgusting part of it.
Yeah. Especially if
get
they
a
had like
nail
a
in your
long,
mouth,
hard day and they're like full of sawdust or something.
so
Or they're like a pampered one, and they're all like cut,
Yeah, they
like
got
gelled up, and
sparkles
glitter
out
and
of
shit.
gel nail.
They went to the Vietnamese gel nail place.
They got little chickens done on their nails.
And then they learn why they don't go to Chinatown.
You're so pretty.
so
No, we do this for free.
Oh, for you it's for free.
for you only $5.99. So the demerits of balut is it has very high cholesterol content and is one of the primary causes for a high incidence of blood pressure and heart problems amongst young Filipinos.
Yeah, that's why you can't eat so many.
Its
Cholesterol.
pong, which I assume is Filipino for stink, is worse than the celebrated German stink bomb. It's the cause for unwanted
Celebrated?
pregnancies in the Philippines
What?
because apparently you fuck them. The Filipinos have a mindset change and not believe that because they are poor they have to. Everything is terrible. This is bad.
Okay.
It's badly. I'm done. Okay, moving on.
That's enough. That's enough on balutes.
Yeah, that's enough
What
on
other
balut.
weird
Can we
things
go
have
back to
we
glory
eaten?
holes?
I'm
I'll
a little
eat
grossed
anything
out.
that comes through a glory hole, though, guys. As long as it comes with nutritional information.
What if you're sitting there in the stall waiting
not
for a
sitting.
dick to fly through the glory hole and suddenly a
Fly?
balut comes in like, oh yeah.
Well, that's how you know it's lunchtime.
15-minute break.
15-minute union break. Yeah.
Not you, Karen. Finish sucking this dick first.
This is a terrible riff, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
This is
I
yeah.
know. Where's the weirdest place you fucked?
Oh, weirdest? Little kid's bed, maybe.
Okay, not gonna dig into that at all. Hey, remember how bad that last thing was?
Let's go back to balut.
Matt, where's the weirdest place you've had
The,
sex?
the weirdest.
Please don't say
no,
when
no,
it goes
no.
in a little kid.
No, it wasn't. No,
We
it was
made
a, it was
the
a
little
crib
kid
actually. A
watch,
crib.
but-
A crib is
Cradle
where,
robber for real.
it was a baby Bjorn. I was in a baby Bjorn. No, the weirdest. I haven't had like stairwell of a apartment building. I did one time.
Yeah.
That was probably the weird. It's nothing crazy. No.
Is it just now define weird here? Is it just weird to just not be in a bed?
Like what? Like for you, the weirdest place. Like if you fuck in a bed a whole bunch and then one time you have sex in an elevator, that's the weird place for you.
Right.
Like what's uncommon? Like because I've had some like obviously like in warehouses and theaters and stuff.
Okay.
Wherever a camera crew is, it's different.
I'm always.
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
In the woods,
Yeah. Like
back of a car,
Like
Yeah.
the Nike
little
commercial
kid's
says.
bed.
Baby Bjorn.
Oh god.
I'm always reminded of. I used to watch Cheers all the time after school. The show Cheers, and they were asking the same question they asked Sam. They're like, "Where's the weirdest place you ever had sex?" Sam's like, "Backseat of a car." They're like, "That's not weird." Well, it was going through the assembly line at the time. Classic Ted Danson.
Oh man, that's actually probably a pretty good show.
It was a great show.
I-
Great writing.
Made syndication.
You know what I wish that they would do for more shows because I know they
Have sex
like
in a kid's bed.
no. Oh, yeah. Like
Eat balut.
I know people have done it for like shows like that are pretty nerdy like Deep Space Nine and stuff like that. But shows that have had like really long runs, I wish somebody would just come up with like maybe not a playlist, but here's just a list of like if you want to get through Seinfeld and you want to get it, but you don't want to watch all the bullshit, then you
Like the
only
top
watch
10 episode
Unabridged.
Yeah, you get it in abridged where it's like, okay, you watch these episodes in this season, you watch these episodes in this season, maybe you watch this whole season, so you can just right through it, and then if you really, really, really want, watch the rest. I wish more people would do that for more shows.
I can't remember who told me this story, but there's someone, he might be a comedian, but he watches shows on fast forward. Because it's quicker.
I watched all of Lost season 1 and 2 on my PlayStation 3 because you can watch it at 1.5 speed.
I think that was you then.
Yeah,
it was
and
probably
there's still sound. But that way I could watch it while I was writing or something, and it would take way less time.
Yeah, it pitches up like this, and they talk. It's like a
it.
Gilmore Girls episode, but you can catch it.
Oh my god! Think of the amount of writing involved in a Gilmore Girls episode.
Oh, Gilmore
Could
Girls,
you
like
imagine watching that at 1.5?
oh god, but
It's like those end from Scanners. Your eyes just blink, your head pops.
but that's why Gilmore Girls is like that, is because so they can write more per episode.
I'm sure the writers hate that.
Like that's why they talk like that.
I think it helps to synchronize periods too for women.
Are you talking about grammatically?
No, it's like
all the periods are
Yeah.
synchronized.
No,
on
all the
the
girls
script,
are-
writing down all the punctuation.
in alphabetical
This
order.
reminds us. We better sync these up.
It's more of a public service show.
Sync up all the grammar. Oh man, that would be a good place to end. But hey, why not? Let's keep going. Why were you fucking in a little kid's bed?
Okay, wait. Before we put this like on record, it was not with a kid, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Or you were a kid at the time.
No.
No, that's not. He was an adult.
What if he was a kid and it was like an old priest or something?
I was a
Then
kid
it's
having
better.
sex in my bed. That was weird. No, I was dating this chick, and we went to go visit her sister.
Did you have any unfertilized eggs?
It's possible. I didn't really look. They did not make me breakfast the next morning.
You
Anyways.
just were like, ooh, I could balut up
Yeah.
on this.
But yeah, the sister had a young child, and that was the room we were put up in for the night. So, I mean, being like 19, 20, we definitely had sex on that little kid's bed a few times. It would have been way better if it was like a race car bed.
So a single bed, right?
Yeah.
That's always the worst. Like with a girl on a single bed, that's
And
It's
it-
way better
and-
with a boy on a single bed.
And because it was a kid,
well, I guess technically not the worst. You're right. It could be worse.
it like squeaked so much that
Yeah.
we ended up just throwing the like mattress down on the ground.
Well, that's the thing.
Woke
Like
up that
kids'
way.
beds are so shittily made. Like,
Yeah.
'cause we don't care about comfortable beds till we're adults, essentially, or
until your
16.
back hurts.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh my god, I've been sleeping on stupid fucking race car bed
Yeah,
for
8-year-olds
12 years.
don't know what a sciatic nerve is. They just want to run around and chase a hoop or something.
And another time at a house party, I pushed a girl into a door
Consensual.
so that I could secure a room in which to have sex in.
You pushed a girl into a what?
Into a doorway. We were like rushing down the stairs.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Because she was like, there's a bedroom left. I'm going to get it. And I was like, fuck you. I want to have some sex. So I pushed this random girl into a doorway so that another girl could come in that room with me. And that was also on a little girl's bed.
Wow, you've got a weird track record.
There's definitely skid marks on his track record.
I just imagine you're like, you come over and you're like, that was a good podcast. I had fun. Do you have a little kid's bed here?
That would have been funny if he's like, no, I actually sleep in a little kid's bed. That's where I bring my girls.
Times are tough. Got a race car bed. That's why I'm always falling asleep at the wheel.
Got it off. Got it at Kijiji.
Free section.
I actually know a guy who goes around on Kijiji and he takes stuff off the free section and then puts it up for sale on Kijiji.
Nice.
And that's how
Yeah,
he
that's
pays
pretty
his,
good.
that's how he pays his bills.
It's a pretty good market.
His
strategy.
bill's really low.
Yeah, they're really.
Okay.
I think he lives with his uncle or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He needs the money to get gas to keep buying shit from Kijiji.
yeah. It's an addiction.
It's never
You would meet so many weirdos though. Like that's the whole thing with Kijiji.
Yeah, like comedy's any better.
Oh, yeah, no, I've met some weirdos in comedy for sure.
Yeah, me too. I've met. I just have to bleep out the name. Just stop using the name so I don't have to keep bleeping
Zog,
it out.
I think of like those
I
villains.
want to say it a
from
bunch
Superman.
so you
Yeah.
bleep it a lot.
Yeah. It or
Kneel
no,
before
then just cut the whole
Zog.
thing out. But the first time I met him he had a different name he was going by, and he was doing comedy in Edmonton. His dad was the head of the mafia in Toronto, and he watched his dad kill a man. He was a professional duct cleaning guy, and he wanted to do comedy. That's what I knew. A month later, he was banned from the Underdog for being homophobic, and then he said, I'm not homophobic, and he came out as a gay man, which was weird. And then he changed his name. He quit his job, and he started professionally busking for money, is what he did. And he was doing comedy. And then he would also talk about having sex with multiple men at the time and, like, all the STDs he was catching. And then he said that he had to move back to Toronto or his dad would die. And then years later, when I went to Toronto and I met him there, he walked up to me and he had a black eye. And he goes, Nick, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm doing comedy. And he goes, you got to be careful. The man will get you. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, the government's listening. And the headliner that I was with goes, that's a symptom of something.
So the way that I met this guy is I was in this band years and years ago, and we played a show at Chaw Island. And he comes up to me after the show, and he's like, oh, yeah, that one song that you wrote, it like, there was a really good song, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he adds me up on Facebook, and I'm like, I didn't think anything of it because it wasn't really that weird at the time. Because it's like, you know, just a person coming up and like saying like, oh, I like that joke you told, right? So it's like, okay. Yeah. And so that band, because it was just like 2 acoustic guitar, like we wanted to expand it into a real band. And so we're like looking around for bass players. He sends me a message. He's like, oh, I can play bass. And he comes over and we jam, and he fucking sucked so bad. And he was like, hey guys, can I show you one of my songs too? Like this song that I wrote about this girl, that like the reason that I related to your song is because it reminded me of this girl that I really loved, and we were going to get married, and then we were going to have a kid, and then she just decided to bail and have an abortion and shit like that. And so he starts singing this song about how, like, you killed my baby and my hopes for a future, and, like, you know, like, if only I could have had that baby, then I would have taken care of him so good. Like, and I was just like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, this is so weird. Like, it was so bad.
So what are the craziest people you've met in comedy?
Oh, the craziest?
Not in the room right now.
No. Just present company excluded.
Yeah.
It's me, right?
Nick's pretty weird too. Oh shit! Like, there's been a lot. I can't remember his name right now. You might remember him. He used to go to Druid.
Nicholas 5'5".
That guy was weird for sure.
Yeah.
This guy was a mascot for Grant McEwen.
Oh.
And he had Asperger's.
Yeah.
And he would always tell you that. And then he'd say the meanest shit to your face and be like, I got Asperger's. That's a symptom of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember he told Neil Rhodes one time to quit comedy after a set. Like,
said you're not
just
funny, quit comedy.
Basically just yelled it in front of a room of comedians. You should quit comedy. Like,
yep.
Oh, that guy was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I did not want to add him to Facebook, and he kept bugging me. He's like, hey, accept my friend request already. I'm like, dude, I don't really go on Facebook that much, you know?
You're like, I don't want to
I'll make it every excuse in the book, and he's just always on me. And then I eventually add him, and then he writes some post that's like a joke of mine. And I'm like, dude, that sounds pretty familiar. I post that. And he's like, I didn't steal your joke, man. I don't know what you're insinuating. And we got in this huge, like, Facebook thing. I'm
You're
like,
really
I knew I shouldn't have add this guy to fucking Facebook, but that guy was probably the weirdest.
I haven't seen him in years.
No, and I'm glad. Yeah,
I don't think
he used to have some weird fucking sets.
Yeah, I think I only saw him like twice, but he was a pretty out there dude.
Yeah, he pissed a lot of people off too.
Yep.
I know Chris Aid was gonna throttle him one time.
Yeah.
Said something to Chris, and he's like, "Dude, don't talk to me like
Chris
that."
Aid's such a nice dude.
Yeah, and he was training. Chris Aid's a dangerous dude.
Yeah,
40 pro mixed martial arts fights.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go up and insult him to his face?
yeah. So, Miklos, you met some weird characters.
Oh, yes.
Ever fuck him on a kid's bed?
No.
Oh man. man.
There's a guy who was in the Kelowna scene for a little while.
Yeah.
He was like fucking dark humor all the time. And the first time I saw this guy, I was like, I hope this guy sticks around because he's gonna be funny. He wasn't at first. He was so bad. he was like, this is appalling. But if he figures it out, he's gonna work it out real well. And he did a joke. It was the first joke I ever really liked of his about how he was suicidal because he keeps getting fired from all these jobs, and he got fired from Dairy Queen. So he went in to go get a Dairy Queen cake. It was like happiest last day on earth or something like that. And she's like, "Who'd you get this for?" And he's like, "Myself." And he just goes and sits down in the booth, just like eats it.
They say at Dairy Queen they'll put whatever you want on the cake, but there are limits.
There are limits.
There are certain words they will not put on there, and you can try and negotiate with them, but they've got their like what's that thing? Bouffant? No, what is that called?
I don't know.
What's the cake thing called?
The icing
gun?
Yeah.
Is it a gun or is it like a squish bag?
Squish bag.
It's like an ice.
What is that thing
or
called?
icing.
I have no
I don't even
idea.
know.
I guess we'll never know, guys.
No,
Never
It's
know.
gone for the time.
it's like an icing cock gun.
icing cock gun.
Cocking, yeah.
Cock ice.
Cock ice.
Cock ice too.
Cock ice
Probably
sounds like
yeah.
super strong beer.
It
Cock ice.
sounds like something they wouldn't put on one of their cakes. Right, cock ice.
I dated this girl one time, and she worked for.
She carrying around like unfertilized embryos in her fridge too.
No, I think she worked for TELUS, maybe. It was when landlines were still a thing.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
so she worked there, and she was like a dispatch. So people that were mute, deaf and mute, would go through her, and she'd have to.
Yeah.
Or no, they would type to her, and she would have to do the phone call.
Okay.
So this one guy would always call and order escorts through her. So he would be typing what to say to the escort, and she'd have to call like the massage parlor or whatever and negotiate rates for this guy. And she's like, "It's the weirdest thing ever. It's so gross, the things he makes me say to this." And I was just like, "This is so awesome." I'm like, "You're getting paid to like negotiate sex."
Man,
If the movie The Negotiator
And I
would
was
be
like-
way different with that premise.
I was like, "You have to do." She's like, "We have to do what they like. That's my job. I gotta say." And he's not doing anything wrong. It's a legit, like, it's a business transaction. And this guy has no qualms about. He's just typing away. Be like,
Man,
"Tell her I'll only give her 30."
I think if I was in that like mute guy's circumstance, I would
in his wheelchair.
I would definitely would be calling and then like later just calling to cancel. All day.
Think of the prank phone calls. How many times do you figure she had to type out, "Is your refrigerator running?"
You know what's funny is you don't even actually have to be differently able to just do that.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, you just need one of those archaic landlines.
Yeah.
And then someone has to fill that job. It still has to be a job. Though.
That should be a service that I could offer people. They phone me, and then I'll phone people and say what they want.
Are you paying too much for escorts? Call me. I'll negotiate great rates.
I'll negotiate. We call it Nick's Penny Pussy.
I would call it the negotiator.
No. Once again, a high note to end the podcast on. Okay, Matt Mellon, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. On the Twitter, Matt_Mellon.
2 L's.
2 L's in Mellon. Yeah. You
No
can.
L's in Matt.
What?
What?
There's like 3 silent L's.
No L's in Matt. What?
No, 2 T's, no L's. You guys know how the alphabet works. You
I
can.
know Nick really doesn't. He has brain damage.
Brags about it.
So the underscore is the dash on the bottom.
Yeah, underscore. That's that little fucking line on the bottom.
Line bottom dash.
Back from
Bottom
the
dash, yeah.
MSN days.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like
Just
a little
like a
step.
slash that fell over.
Yeah, it's like
You
slash
hold
the
down
fellow.
shift and you hit one of the numbers.
Yeah.
Was it
It's
9?
4.
It's funny. I had an ex-girlfriend, and I was her email address. So I told him, I was like, Matt _, and he typed out the word underscore.
Whoa.
And I was like, he's like, okay, that's a long email. I'm like, it's not that long. Matt _Mellon. And he's like, yeah, underscore. Typing that. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, and then I had to explain what an underscore was. I was like, there's a little button. It looks like a line.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Old people in technology.
And yeah, so
I'm on Instagram and Snapchat and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook. Add me to Facebook if you're not crazy.
If you're not crazy, add me on Facebook. You'll just sit in purgatory.
Yeah, I'll look at your picture and determine if you look like a crazy,
Yeah.
and then I'll add you back.
Tell by looking.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this a while.
Okay. Miklos, you still got the same social media stuff?
Yeah, the same ones.
MIKLOS.
KALOS.
No C.
No C.
No L's.
It's actually there was
There's
an
an
L.
L.
Okay, but
There's a bunch of fucking L's. I told you guys that he doesn't know the alphabet.
Okay. Hold on. Let's go over it again. M.
IKLOS.
Okay, there's the one L right
Yeah.
in the middle. That's where they hide them.
You can find me pretty much on everything. I'm the only
Live
Miklos
journal.
Blackshaw in the
Probably.
world.
WordPress.
So,
Yeah, you got a good, unique name.
so
Yeah.
you can.
You sound like kind of like a bad guy, like a supervillain. Like
Thank
I
you.
can see
Thank
Miklos Blackshaw takes the world or something. Like,
It's my campaign strategy for the upcoming federal election.
oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's great.
It worked for Donald.
What's your
Yeah.
platform? World domination.
Yeah.
You do realize we're Canadian, right? Yeah, no one will expect it.
Baby steps, bro.
Tom, you've got two. You're Tom with L's.
No.
No L's.
No.
Did you change
Tomb
it?
the musician.
Tomb the musician. No underscores.
No
even
underscores,
typing
no
them out?
nothing. Just Tomb,
No
T-O-M-B, the musician.
TOMB.
Google it.
Tom B spells two,
Yeah.
and then the is THE, and then musician's another word.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they'll find you there.
Or you just text me, 780-862-1124.
Yep, text them. Send them text messages. I highly encourage dick pics. He loves dick pics.
Yeah.
Could be
Richard
the rest of my
Cheese.
evening.
Dick
Yeah.
Cheney.
They're his favorite.
Tape a beak to your dick and take a picture.
Dick Van Dyke.
And remember, ladies
Hold on,
and
did you say
gentlemen,
Richard Cheese?
Richard
Yeah.
Cheese. Yeah.
Is that like jazz guy?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does
yeah.
like Rage Against the Machine, but like Lounge Against the
Yeah.
Lounge Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Which is I don't think has L's in
So
it.
he does the Harvey Birdman DVDs. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate
Turning
that guy
at
so
love.
much.
Okay, guys, music is done by Ben Sounds. Go check out the Facebook page for all of our live podcasts and giveaways. Follow us on Twitter to get the fastest updates. And please give us some stars on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening to this. We had an amazing time making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it half as much as we do. Keep on listening to podcasts in the free world. Good night or morning. Uh-oh.
That's a normal thing.